So let's start contemplating the possibilities there. Last year, the Ravens' passing game was certainly less than ideal. The receivers had 17 touchdowns, finished in the bottom half of the league in yards per catch and yards after the catch, and they were dead last in total receiving yards. Antonio Brown certainly, you would assume, would be able to help with that to some degree. And, of course, they've brought in Sammy Watkins. Jeff, what is the latest as far as Antonio Brown's quest for a new team?
Well, he is at an impasse with the Bucs in terms of their contract talks, so he is treating this like a true free agency. The question, of course, becomes whether another team is willing to offer more money than the Bucs. The Bucs recognize that they believe that his best fit is with Tom Brady in Tampa, and everybody around the league that I talk to believes the same. That being said, if another team, we talk about, I think we always connect Baltimore and Seattle because their quarterbacks have been very outspoken about their level of appreciation and willingness to play with Brown. So if Seattle or Baltimore were to step up and offer Antonio more money at this point, and maybe a little bit more security in terms of a long-term contract, I could definitely see him taking one of those two.
What would you think of the fit, Damien Woody? Antonio Brown in that offense with Lamar Jackson in Baltimore.
Well, listen, I think it would be a good fit. I don't think it would be the ultimate solution to what ails the Baltimore Ravens passing game, but to bring in a veteran like Antonio Brown, listen, we know about his work ethic as far as in practice and being able to go out there and do things during the game. Lamar Jackson need more reliable weapons on the outside to bring out the most of him in the passing game. But I think the Baltimore Ravens need to continue to add to that in the draft. So while I do feel like Antonio Brown will bring an element to the Baltimore Ravens offensively, he's not going to be enough to, in my opinion, to take the Baltimore Ravens offensively where they need to be.
And then, Matt, for those who have not followed this closely, because everyone knows the names Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith, this is an NFL draft that is overloaded with really good receiving prospects, and you can sort of take your choice. Yep. You can get the small, fast ones. You can get the big, physical ones, depending on the offense. What is your sense of the Ravens maybe going that direction in the draft?
Yeah, Greeny, I think the one thing to point out here is that AB is a lot like the player they have in Marquise Brown. They have one receiver over 6'3", and that's Miles Boykin, who is not the most physical route runner in the world. So when I look at Baltimore and they need a wide receiver, I look at people like Terrace Marshall Jr., a wide receiver from LSU, who's 6'3" and ran a 4.38 at his pro day. So they need size. You have to expand the strike zone of Lamar Jackson, who is dynamic as a quarterback, but maybe not the most accurate. So if you give him a big body, a versatile wide receiver who can win the 50-50 balls, who can post up, think of all the wonderful things Mark Andrews does in that offense. Now you give him someone with the speed to separate from defensive backs instead of a small wide receiver. I think Terrace Marshall at 27 is too good of a fit to pass up if he's on the board.
Yeah, 13 touchdown catches the year they won the national championship 2 years ago, 10 more this past year, and is projected to go right in that range, late first round, early second, so that does seem like a logical place. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.